My fragrance room is literally my happy place. Like, I just come in here at random times throughout the day, first thing in the morning, to kind of like sniff and spray my fragrances and just like fall in love all over again.
You were never supposed to have one perfume, not anymore. The fragrance industry quietly transformed perfume from a personal signature into a rotating lifestyle identity. One scent for brunch, one for clean girl, one for that girl, another one for seduction, another one for bedtime, one for winter, one for confidence, one for main character, one for that girl energy. Owning over 50 to 100 perfumes stopped feeling excessive and started feeling aspirational. Now everyone is aspiring to have a gigantic perfume collection. And what if the entire concept of fragrance wardrobe is less about self-expression and more about conditioning people into constant habitual shopping? If you've not heard about fragrance wardrobe, is just people aspiring to collect perfume to the extent where they have like a wardrobe full of perfume. The modern fragrance industry no longer sell perfume as a finished purchase. They now sell perfume as an endless system, a curated collection that is never complete through influencer culture, aesthetic branding, scent layering, and hyper-specific organization-based marketing. Consumers are subtly encouraged to view fragrance not as a luxury item, but as an identity maintenance routine requiring perpetual expansion. What was once a signature scent has now become a fragrance wardrobe, dozens of bottles designed for mood, for weather, for season, personality, social setting, and even imagined version of the self. The result is a culture where overconsumption becomes normalized.
Y'all, I usually don't post this late, but this is kind of crazy. Like, look at this collection, y'all. See, I ain't look at it from this perspective. In my videos, like, I always look at it from this perspective. But from this perspective, I can't talk. It's crazy. You know what's even crazier, y'all? Why I got about 40, like, over here. By the way, that combo, get into it. And y'all, like, I'm trying to go through these first, right? I realized that I got all that. And the freaking and I'm like, what? I'm finna give all this away. Who want one? I'm taking orders. I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
For the industry to succeed with the term fragrance wardrobe, they have to destroy the idea of signature scent. For decades, perfume was marketed as something deeply personal, a single scent tied to your identity. People had their own perfume. One bottle become a part of your presence, their memories, their signature. I remember when I was growing up, there is this uncle that I had. Anytime he visits, even after some days, the part of the couch that he sat, his perfume will always smell for like some days. His perfume was strong, and we kind of know how he smell. Even when he passed or somebody who used his fragrance pass, you can tell. Fragrance, like, signature scent was a big thing. People cherish their one or two perfume. That modern had a problem for the industry: limited consumption. A consumer with just one signature fragrance might only purchase a bottle once or twice a year. That's not enough to sustain this constant growth in the market, obsessed with endless sales targets. So the industry rewrote the narrative. Instead of asking, what perfume represents me, the message becomes, what perfume fits this version of me today? Suddenly, fragrance wasn't about identity anymore. It becomes about this performance, mood shifts, aesthetic, season, occasion, and even micro personality. I'm still very big on signature fragrance till date, though I try other perfume with time. And I remember one of my friends called me and said she went for this job interview and she can tell that I used the same fragrance with the person that interviewed her because according to her, the office was just smelling of me. And that made me so happy because now people know what I smell like. They are able to feel my presence even when I'm not there. Right now, when you see influencers promote perfume, they will be giving such description like this one is a clean girl scent, a date night scent, a gym set, a bus beach set, a vacation one, summer one. This one is a compliment gather. Once you apply this, you are going to be getting compliments. The goal is psychological fragmentation. Marketing consumer feels incomplete with just one product. And influencer reforms this constantly through those collection tours that we see, top 10 for every occasion videos, seasonal rotation, and aesthetic shelf display that normalize only an excessive amount of this fragrance. The industry doesn't just sell you perfume anymore. They sell this endless identity customization.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my very small perfume collection. Today I'm going to be reorganizing my fragrances. I decided to move my shelves to the other side of the room and I added some new furniture pieces. Yes, I have a lot of fragrances, but I'm a collector. This is what I do, this is what I love, and this is what my heart desires. I wear fragrances 2 to 3 times a day. No, that does not mean that I'm trying to mask body odor. Yes, fragrances do expire, but with proper care, you can get 5 to 10 years out of it. And baby, I wear my fragrances. I love to smell good, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And no, I didn't steal these. I've purchased them with my own money, and I've also had the luxury of working with some of my favorite fragrance brands, and that's on Black.
Perfume is no longer being sold through scent. It is being sold through aesthetic. Modern fragrance marketing rarely focus on the actual smell anymore because scents can't be experimented through the screen. So instead, brands and influencers sell an atmosphere, a fantasy version of themselves that consumers are encouraged to buy into. The perfume bottle becomes this lifestyle prompt because you're not there to smell it. They will always tell you something that will make you grab it. The consumer isn't just buying the perfume anymore. They are buying the visual identity that is attached to it. That is why fragrance content online often look less like product review and more like cinematic self-branding, color-coordinated perfume trays, luxury vanity setup, curated shelves display, hyper-femininity dark girl routines, soft motion spraying clips, this expensive lifestyle mortgage. The aesthetic itself becomes the marketing. Psychologically, this is extremely effective because it transforms shopping into self-construction. Consumers become believing that buying another perfume isn't excess, it's self-development. And every new fragrance promises access to a better, prettier, more desirable version of yourself. That's why collecting stuff feeling irrational because the industry reforms this accumulation as aspirational. And once consumption becomes tied to identity, people stop asking the real question, which is, do I actually need this? And the question that comes to their mind is, does this fit the person I want to become?
Let's turn my perfume room from this, oh my god, into this. Are you kidding me? Now, if you're wondering where's all my perfumes, it's in my second room. And I underestimated how many perfumes I actually had. Okay, so this is part 1. We moved the shelves and we are putting the closets up. We're going with a simple white. And it's so surreal to me that I'm able to build my dream perfume room now. I started off with a dream and a celebrity fragrance. Okay, we're about to see the perfume room semi-done. Wow, oh my god. This is so crazy, guys. Just this morning, this was completely different. Now, in my opinion, this isn't staying here because this was my closet previous. So I want this to look clean and fresh and be all of my body care, but let it be really organized. And then I counted all of my shelves so far is over 70. Now, do not judge. There's also going to be shelves put all along these walls. I'm going to have a little like built-in desk moment. And if you're wondering, all of the perfumes are in here. No, I'm sorry. That's a little bit crazy. That's insane. I can't wait to count it. All of my minis was put over here. So yes, welcome to the new perfume room background. That's crazy. It looks like a green screen. That is so crazy, guys. The floors, there was real wooden floor underneath this plastic shit. Okay, now comment down below and let me know, how should I be decorating it? How should I be organizing it? Should I be doing it by brand? I'm not going to be doing it by color. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, comment down below and let me know. I'm going to be taking you guys the entire process. This is just a closet being built so far, and then we're going to be reorganizing it very soon. But it's fucking insane.
I also want to talk about how the fragrance industry doesn't want loyal customers anymore. They just want permanent customers. The beauty industry used to rely on product loyalty. First, find a lipstick that you love, you repurchase it, find a perfume signature, you stick with it for years. But modern fragrance marketing operates very, very differently now. Brands today are no longer trying to create satisfied consumer. They are trying to create consumer who never feel finished. That's why the fragrance market now moves at the almost impossible speed. Constant launches, limited edition, reformulation, seasonal drop, influencer collaboration, and viral hype cycle engine to keep consumer in a permanent state of anticipation. The goal is no longer find the scent. The goal is keep searching because searching is profitable. Consumer who feels complete stop buying, but a consumer constantly chasing the next perfect fragrance become trapped in an endless consumption loop fueled by novelty, fear of missing out, and algorithm pressure. That is why fragrance content online increasingly resembles trends forecasting rather than personal enjoyment. People are encouraged to stay updated on every launch, maintain wish lists, monitor TikTok hype, buy blind before product sellouts, collect duplicates and minor varieties, just compliments and viral validation. And brands strategically exploit this by manipulating artificial urgency with words like limited edition, must have, sold out everywhere, TikTok made me buy it, compliment beast. They are psychological triggers designed to override intentional spending and activate impulsive purchasing behavior. The result is a system where consumers mistake constant consumption for participation in a lobby, but hobbies are supposed to bring fulfillment. This system depends on keeping people perpetually unsatisfied because in modern consumer culture, dissatisfaction is one of the most profitable business model in existence. The most effective marketing are the ones that stop feeling like marketing at all, and the fragrance industry has mastered this perfectly. That's why the idea of fragrance wardrobe is very powerful. It's disguised over consumption as sophistication. Consumers are taught to interrupt excessive collecting as self-expression, while endless purchasing is reframed as participation in a driven lifestyle. And because fragrance is tied so deeply to emotion, memory, desirability, and identity, people often struggle to recognize when a hobby quietly turns into compulsive consumption. None of this means people can genuinely enjoy perfume, but there is a difference between enjoying fragrance and being psychologically conditioned to constantly acquire more of it. A signature scent once represents familiarity, intimacy, and personal identity. Now, consumers are encouraged to fragment themselves into endless versions, one perfume for every mood, every season, every aesthetic, every imagined self, and the fragmentation is incredibly profitable because the more identities people feel pressure to perform, the more product they believe they need to buy to sustain them. The modern fragrance industry doesn't thrive by making consumers feel complete. It thrives by ensuring they never quit feeling like they are never enough. If you enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think fragrance collecting has become normalized overconsumption, or do you see it as harmless self-expression? And if you like deep dive into beauty culture, consumer psychology, influencer marketing, and the system behind aesthetic consumerism, make sure to subscribe because we are going to keep unpacking the industry profiting from modern insecurity. Share this video to a friend, turn on your post notifications so that you get notified anytime I upload video. I am Blessing, and I will see you in the next video.